In this tutorial, I'm going to show you a few quick tips for using the block editor in WordPress. The first thing I want to show you is how to move blocks around. So once you've created blocks in your WordPress site, you can, in order to move blocks up and down, there's these up and down arrows. So when you click on in a block, whichever block it is, you'll get the up and down arrows. But sometimes that, you want to do something different, you can actually just grab over these dots and drag, and then you can move it to wherever you want. So if you want to move it quite far on your site, it's easier sometimes to use that in order to get it into more detail. What's available here is really going to depend on which particular block you have. So the features of the block are here. There's two places to always look when you're trying to figure out what you're trying to do with a block. Like you can look here. You can always try the three dots, or you can go over to here. So when you're in the block, make sure that you are in the block settings, and then it will allow you to look at the different features depending on the block that you've got. The other thing to note is if this isn't showing up, that's the little gear icon here. So that gives you your options. Now, when you're playing with text, what's nice about text is if I decide I want to have a heading, I can just go here. I just hit return to get the new line here. And I can always just hit the paragraph and change to any of the other sort of text type things. So I can change this to a list, or I can make it a heading. So that's just a quick way to change paragraph format. Now, if you don't know what kind of block you want, the other thing I wanted to show you here is with images, right? There's always the drag and drop. So look for the dots to change the size of things, and options here, which are very interesting. So you can have it align center, wide width, which will use the whole width of your screen, depending on your theme, right? Your theme can sometimes constrain some of these things, or full width. So those are, again, some options that you can look at when you are dealing with images on your screen. So let's look at some of the other blocks. So if I wanted to add a new block, that's another sort of thing. You have to hover between two blocks. If you're having trouble with the hover, you can always just go to the end of a paragraph and hit return, and that's going to add a new block, and then you'll get the plus on the side. And then you can go in here and change the block. When you're adding a block, again, you just click the plus button, and then you can click Browse All, and then you get a whole collection of different blocks that you can do. Now, you can install various plugins that will add to the amount of blocks that you have in here. So various plugins will have different blocks that you can then add. If you have a newer theme, you may have patterns. Patterns are a series of blocks together. And if I decide, for example, that I want to insert here, let's say I want to insert here 3 images that overlap each other. I can click on Add Block, go over to Browse, and then I can go into Patterns, and I know that one of these patterns has 3 images that overlap each other. So I can click that, and then all I have to do here now is go in, and I can go in and replace each picture. So I can open my media library and choose pictures that I've already got in my media library. So put that one here, and I replace this picture. Open media library here, and we'll do one more down here. Open media library, and we'll go with, let's say, this one here. Okay, and so you can see how easy it is to take what is pattern and just edit it to be what you want it to be. And so those are some quick tips for using the block editor in WordPress.